This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.
This season, let your shoes do the talking. Designer Shoe Warehouse is packed with fresh styles that speak to your whole vibe without saying a word. From cool sneakers that look good with everything, to easy sandals you'll want to wear on repeat, DSW has you covered. Find a shoe for every you from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and more. Head to your DSW store or visit DSW.com today.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I just...
Rolling down the street with Snoop on your drive here? I mean, like smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice?
Happy Monday to you, too. Great to see you.
He could have had the mic off for another 2 minutes, and it would have been purely silent, and as soon as that thing goes hot...
I hit the cough button. Didn't matter.
The cough button doesn't seem to work for you.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it works for everybody else on the power trip who sits in that spot. 3-2.
Good morning.
You didn't text me for Belmont bets.
No, I did not.
What happened?
I got busy, and I thought,
busy?
Oh my God, I forgot. But
busy?
But
you had to pick weeds or something?
Yeah.
Like we got a little rain, so therefore the weeds started popping up?
Now, but I did tell you, I would have had the 1, 2, 3. Would have.
Through the first 7 days of racing at
What
Canterbury
did the trifecta pay?
In the Belmont?
Yeah. Like nothing.
What do I look like? Bill Shoemaker?
I always love that one.
I have no idea.
Oh.
But through the first 7-ish days at CBY, it's been tough. I mean, I've made 17 wagers.
How'd Miko do yesterday?
I've cashed one.
L.
Slightly worse than me. He went 0 for 7. Yeah, but see, I'm there every day. I mean, there's a reason I've been the announcer at Canterbury Park for 30 some odd years. They need me there to get paycheck advances to play the Pick 5.
I always love that one.
You know what I mean?
Paid $13.80.
$13.80
on a $1 trifecta.
Yeah, not $13.80. Who cares?
Who cares?
But are you ready for this U.S. Open draft that we have on Wednesday?
I am.
And
I am.
Oakmont in Pennsylvania is the destination.
Yes.
That
was Arnold Palmer's last major.
Wow.
At Oakmont.
Oh, that's nostalgic.
1994.
Who'd he beat? Lee Elder or Gary Player?
He didn't make the cut.
I'm
he
sorry,
shot like
Arnie.
80. Yeah.
Yeah, like your
and it was like 100. I mean, I felt so bad for him.
Uh-huh.
It was so hot and humid at that time.
Really?
Yeah, he had a hard time getting around.
And you believe, because you get loud about it on the radio, things have changed due to climate change.
I always love that one.
when you talk about hot and humid and everything, right?
Right.
How badly do you want to riff on climate change right now?
Oh, so bad.
You send me these topics to bring up and everything, and it's climate change, Bill thinking he's Betty beating this or that.
I know.
You're so controversial.
Why don't you ever bring them up?
I mean, because
I don't know.
3-2. So you're ready for the draft? Are you familiar with a Bruce the Oracle Meyer? Okay.
Oh, the Oracle's great.
Yeah. But
Happy Chef Player of the Year?
There's a difference between the name Bruce Meyer and when you get the nickname the Oracle. Here's why we bring it up, all right?
Yeah.
He has won. Now, we have a 14-person Canterbury Park press box majors pool that includes the TPC. Occasionally we'll go to 5, right?
Yeah, I've never picked ahead of 5.
I mean, we got the captain in it. We got Senor Spotty in it. We got people from Golf Magazine in it. We got Mick Tockett. We got me, and so on and so on. So, we've done it for many, many years.
Yeah, lots of fun.
It's highly competitive, though, right?
Very much so.
See, so Bruce the Oracle Meyer has won our pool 3 consecutive times.
Yeah.
He won the TPC, the Masters, and the PGA. So we have to keep him from the Press Box Pool Slam when we draft Wednesday. The thing is, I don't know how.
And he always says, I'm not going to make the cut. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to make the cut.
He didn't identify the winning golfer or win one of these pools for the first 7 years I was in it.
Yeah.
Well, now all of a sudden he's
the momentum is on his, he is.
It's how do we stop him?
We don't.
Okay.
Well, we play for second.
Well, what happens to that money you owe me that you're going to put in the pool? Do I just get the money? We don't play. Oh, play for second. No, we don't play for second. You see, that's a loser's lament. That is along the line of free throw merchant. Free throw merchant.
Yeah, you got to quit picking on him.
Or, that's you talk about Minnesota sports.
Yeah.
Get you so close and so far away.
Where's Oracle from?
Carol King. So that's what's coming up Wednesday, man. And
so much fun.
We really hope he loses. And without mentioning any names, you know who's due a better performance? You know who's due a good performance in this press box majors pool that's coming up here pretty soon?
Well, not you, because you do pretty well yourself.
I always love that one.
We're not going to mention names here, okay? But you know who's due to, let's just start by having 4 golfers of the 6 make the cut. It's the captain.
I always love that one.
He's listening now. Well, the captain takes L's. I don't recognize I don't follow golf closely, so I'm taking my final 3 guys are people I've never heard of.
Yep.
Most of his team are people I've never heard of. And he never makes the cut.
I know.
How did he ever wear the C? I mean, you talk about a drafting version of losing your edge and toppling on the Mariucci sheet.
Wow.
This is just crazy right here for the captain.
We're just,
we're not going to mention names. No, we're not. No, because I have business in St. Paul. I have business in St. Paul today and tomorrow, and I don't want Deputy Chief Tim Flynn all over me. And the captain is not Tim Flynn. But he happens to know the captain quite well.
Would he happen to be in Calgary right now?
In what? Calgary? Who goes to Calgary?
L.
By choice.
Well, he does.
I have no idea where he is, all right? Is 8 and 120 the right move for Kirill Kaprizov?
You have no choice.
Great.
I don't like that high number, but you have no choice.
Well, that opinion will be amplified and extended, and more talkbacks will be played when 9 to noon continues at FM 100.3 KFAN.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled smart engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
There's a moment every parent remembers. The day their child takes off on 2 wheels. With Guardian Bikes, that moment comes as early as 2 years old, and with less stress and frustration. These bikes are built just for kids. Lightweight frames, low center of gravity, easy-to-use brakes. Everything about Guardian is designed to help kids ride confidently, often in just one day, no training wheels needed. And because Guardian bikes are designed and assembled right here in the USA, you know they're built to last. With care in every detail. Their patented SureStop braking system stops both wheels with a single lever, helping your child stop safely without tripping forward or losing control. Right now, save hundreds when comparing Guardian to its competitors at GuardianBikes.com and get a free lock and pump when you join their newsletter, a $50 value. Visit GuardianBikes.com today to save and help your child learn an essential life skill safely. Guardian Bikes, built for your kid and for the memories you'll never forget.
I got quite the hot take. What if we don't sign Kirill, we don't get Tage, and we save up all of our assets to get Connor McDavid, an unrestricted free agent next season?
Sorry, KFAN.
I mean, from a Pollyanna Allen standpoint, having McDazzle on this team would be terrific.
Yeah.
But see, then we would, like we wouldn't sign Kirill. We would not trade for Tage. We would let Sam go somewhere else or stay in Florida. And then we would get McDazzle. But the problem is, wouldn't have a Draisaitl next to him and everybody would complain.
And you'd have to ask the question, why would McDavid want to come here? Right? I mean, McDavid's at a point in his career, is his 10th year in the league, not his 5th. He doesn't have 10 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to win a cup, and he wants to win a cup now.
Are you nostalgic with this cup because of him? Because the elite hockey minds with whom I watch Game 2, they're nostalgic where they don't have a horse in the race and they're not betting the series. So they ain't pulling for Edmonton at the minus 120, or they have game-worn Carter Verhaeghe sweaters.
Yep.
But they want Edmonton to win for Connor McDavid because he's so good and he's been so good to the game. And, but I don't, it's like if Connor McDavid never wins a Stanley Cup, I'm always going to think he's the bomb of all bombs ever to bomb. I mean, he's phenomenal whether he wins a cup or not.
Sure, but the critics, and which there are many, and the fans, and the city of Edmonton, and Canada, I think you're right. I think he's done so much for the game and elevated our sport. Yeah. And I don't think we market him enough. I I really don't. I really want him to win one.
Well, marketing him, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
look at the number. Look at the TV.
Good luck finding
look
Edmonton.
At the TV numbers. I mean, they're horrendous.
Well, you're right, but I mean, at 11 o'clock at night in East Coast or whatever,
right? But
ain't
even
nobody
the Stanley
watching
Cup.
Edmonton, Vancouver in the middle of a January.
I know, but even the Stanley Cup, the numbers.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, these three right here, we're three in the Covenant who are going to watch
it. Yeah.
And if the numbers are bad, the numbers are bad. There's not really anything we can do about that.
No.
Speaking of promos, I saw I was watching some of the Lynx game last night, and there was a WNBA promo.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Caitlin Clark with the Indiana Fever. It's if she plays in the W, as they call it, then she's property of the W, right? If you got like endorsements, so like we're an Adidas league and you support Nike. Maybe there's stuff like that that I don't know about.
I'm not.
They did a 30-second WNBA promo promoting the league and when games are on and everything. And left her out.
I always love that one.
What are you doing?
How do you put a promo together for this league and leave that woman out of it? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she only sells out every building.
So 8-120 with Kaprizov.
Yeah.
Before we went to the break, you're you really have no choice. Personally speaking, if I own the Minnesota Wild, if I'm Craig Leopold, I don't want to be in a position where I have no choice. I don't like that. I just don't like the way it sounds. Like I have no choice. What do you mean?
I understand that. Maybe those were wrong words to use. I think you have to sign him. I think he's that good a player.
Or you trade him.
That being said, Minnesota needs to be bold this summer. And being bold means maybe asking some players to waive their no moves. And yes, we like them, and yes, they're great guys there. But you have to put your blinders on. And for example, you know how much we love Jonas Brodin and how great of a player he is, right?
Yep.
I don't want to pay him $7 million or whatever he's making to play 40 games.
Brodin caught a stray in a Kaprizov talker.
Thank you, St. Paul.
I don't want to pay Jared Spurgeon. I love Jared Spurgeon. He's had a great career.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay him $8 million to play 40 games.
Yes.
And the problem is,
so you'd prefer to pay somebody $120 million to play 42? I'm just kidding. Okay, FICA, Fairness and Kaprizov Act. I want him on the team.
You make a good point, but but he's a little bit younger, right? He's a little bit younger, and he's a superstar.
So they say.
You don't believe that?
What? Don't believe what?
That he's a superstar?
I do believe he's a superstar.
Thank you.
He's been wonderful in regular seasons gone by. Terrific.
No, but just think if you had a little bit more depth in your lineup, if you had a little bit more depth, you think a little bit more pressure is taken off of him?
Agreed. But how do you do that?
I just told you.
Okay.
You say to Jared, we love you. You've been great. You can stay. We'll either buy you out or will you accept a trade?
Okay, so
he's got 1 year left on his deal.
He has a family here with kid or kids, and this is his home. The chances he says yes are below 5%.
Okay, buy him out.
Hey, yeah, that worked last time.
He's got 1 year left on his deal.
Oh, I see.
He doesn't have 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm
what
just
got
saying
against Broads? How's Broads catching a stray here?
He's catching a stray because he misses so much time, and then that makes you bring up a guy like Crotty, who we never heard of, right?
Yeah.
That makes you your bottom 6.
Yeah.
Your bottom 6. You will never be a contending team in this league, in my opinion, if you have to piecemeal your bottom 6. And that's what they've had to do. They've had to do now, partly because of the Parise-Suter deals.
Yeah.
All right. But
partly?
Well, yes.
Mostly. Next.
And now you have that ability, right? And you can... I don't know if Sam Bennett is even in the cards for them, right? I think there'll be other teams that will probably offer a little bit more money. But say you have to pay him 10. You're going to overpay him 10 for the regular season, but get your money's worth in the playoffs. 100%.
Well, he's not exactly bad in the regular season. I mean,
no, but
60-some-odd points.
Yeah, 60 points, 10 million. That doesn't equate.
That's a good point.
Okay, but you get it back in the playoffs. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
But it gives you that flexibility. It gives you that, and then you have Ryan Hartman centering your third line. Are you kidding me?
Well, when you ask ask players to waive their no trade, you in essence and inherently are saying that we don't want you.
Yep.
We need this.
Yep.
And this is going to happen.
But
that's like a trifecta whammy of negativity.
Not necessarily. This team really wants you.
Oh.
This team really wants you.
Mm-hmm.
You as a player, you want to go to a team that wants you.
But that team would if the player really wanted to go to that team, the team would not be listed on the no trade bit. Think about that conundrum.
Maybe there's a change in general manager. Maybe there's a change.
Coaches and new players.
There's a lot of things that go on that we can play. We can play the if game.
Columbus is quite vibrant in the summer. There's no doubt. Columbus, Ohio. You know what I mean? I'm saying it's a long shot. What you're saying?
Maybe it is. But you have to do something. You have to be bold, is what I'm saying.
Maybe
to the
Eriksson
Minnesota
Ek.
Wild to be bold.
Maybe Eriksson Ek, when healthy, continuing to mature as the two-way study is. Maybe there's some Draisaitl to him that we're not seeing because he doesn't have something close to the McDavid around him, or maybe I'm just stretching way too far.
You very well may be correct on that. Maybe he's not slotted in the area that he needs to be slotted in. It all comes down to that.
Do you think Tage Thompson is a better overall player than Sam Bennett?
I'll tell you about Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
He was a rookie at UConn. A freshman at UConn.
Got you.
And there was a lot of hype on him about being this number one pick. And
UConn hockey, you say?
Yeah.
That's
and I'm calling a game in Vermont. He was playing against Vermont. And I'm like, I didn't see it. But there's a
how can you not see it? He's 6'6".
He was 6'6", but now to see what he's blossomed into.
Yeah. But with Tage Thompson in Buffalo, sans Gilbert Perreault.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that he's like the only show in town, so therefore his numbers are going to be inflated because he's called upon to do every single thing?
Well, I think it's been harder for him because he hasn't had the pieces around him, and he's doing it.
That's a good point.
And I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder right now because he was not selected for the Four Nations Cup. He wants to be on the Olympic team.
Ooh.
And I think he will be.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I think there's some drive there. Now, from Buffalo, I don't know. I don't get rid of him, but Buffalo is a train wreck.
Yeah.
Buffalo might be saying, we need to change this up.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Jonas Brodin and a Marco Rossi and a first rounder to get, for Tage Thompson.
Damn.
I think that's what it would take.
So Rossi is going to be traded, you think?
I think so.
Yeah, from following the news and the tea leaves.
For all the people who love I want Marco Rossi to do well. He had a great year. Didn't have a great playoff and whatever. But you watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. Me personally, not for me. And to win a Stanley Cup. So what?
But why?
But why? Because I don't think he has the size, and I don't think he has the dog. That's something else in him. And that dog.
Yeah, like the kids say, the dog in you.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Like Brad Marchand. Look at him.
Yeah, he's
no bigger. But you know what? He
never stops trying.
He never stops trying.
I mean, the legs never stop moving.
And guess what? He doesn't care if everyone hates him.
Right.
It's not, oh, hi, buddy.
Right.
He doesn't care. He's there to do one thing, and that's to hoist the cup.
Yep.
And if everyone hates him, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You're not looking for friends.
And I'm not going to ask you to speak for Bill Guerin. That would be unfair.
Yeah.
But just if I were to cast a broad brush on the preferred body type of a Guerin acquisition draftee or player on the team, Like, I see Matthew Tkachuk. I see Anze Kopitar.
Yeah.
I see old school Dustin Brown.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
Well, Tage Thompson's that kind of guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not. Maybe he doesn't play with that Grizzly, but he doesn't have to because 44 goals tells you,
right?
We'll take it.
We're with Brock Nelson. I
would have loved Brock Nelson.
The text you sent me the other day about, hey, he signed with the Avs.
Yep.
That wasn't surprising or anything. That like he decided I'm going to take 3 years so I can play with Nathan McKinnon.
Right, play right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Be the second line center right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? And a chance to win. Cale Makar.
Can you imagine? I mean, this is like with Bennett, okay? And I understand the sometimes regular season for show, postseason for dough.
Yep.
Be cool to have a bunch of them here that postseason for dough in all of the core four. Amen to that, right?
Yep.
But he's just so tough and gritty and thick and tries so hard and wins puck battle after puck battle in the playoffs. I haven't watched the Florida Panthers play a regular season game since Roberto Luongo was between the pipes. But we all watch him in the postseason because Stanley Cup Finals hockey is terrific. Bennett's the bomb in the playoffs. Nobody can dispute that. But if you had him centering a line with his wingers into Eriksson Ek, well, now you got a bit.
Yeah.
Now there's an identifiable bit to your team,
and then follow
with two-way guys who kick your butt.
Follow that up
with Hartman,
with Ryan Hartman,
with Hartsey,
who I believe
I love him
is that type of playoff performer.
Yes, he was last year.
And you're not going to get mega points and all that from him during the regular season. He's going to drive you crazy sometimes. Yeah. But when it comes to you know what?
Yep,
I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do what I have to do to help this team win. And you have to be strong up the middle. You just do. I mean, look at you got Barkov, Bennett, and Lundell.
Yeah.
Lundell is a big, plays like Mikko Koivu type player.
Yep, wins the faceoffs.
And smart. And so that's what I'd like to see them do, but we'll see.
Okay.
Mick, talk it.
So 8-120.
Yeah.
Hands tied or not. I mean,
if you do what I just told you.
Right. Then it makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
And then
I like what Nordo said last week with Russo Radio on the perfect game analogy, where in front of the general manager, there kind of needs to be something close to a perfect game. I mean, Tariq Skubal, pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, man, that guy's the bomb.
Oh, my gosh.
So he may not throw a no-hitter or a perfect game, but we sure enough will take 8, giving up 0 runs, striking out 10.
Right.
We'll take something close to the perfect game.
Right.
So then it involves 97 in the re-signing, an adequate trade for somebody who can fortify the middle.
Yep.
Some free agency money with which to dabble. Buyouts potentially. That's a lot. You're asking for a lot.
Well, that's why you were given that job.
You want to win the cup, you got to do a lot.
You have to. Look at I'll give you Nate Schmidt. Turned down.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah. Did you read that article?
No, but I just learned that I just was recalled this weekend. Yeah. Johnny the Mouse Mickelson, captain of the 83 Wayzata Club hockey team, informed me Nate Schmidt wasn't drafted.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What a career.
And he started out as a winger at Minnesota.
Wow.
And didn't play very much, and then they moved him back to D, and the rest is history.
Cow.
But he takes half of what he could have got on another team.
Yeah.
All right? His first exhibition game, he's playing with Florida. Tries to do something on the ice, comes back to the bench. Another player on the team says, we don't do that here.
Jeez.
All right. So
Sam Reinhart, though.
My point is, we hear a lot about the culture of the Minnesota Wild, and they all get along. And you know what? Sometimes, and that's why I'm saying, you can run with the same team. You can lose in the first round again. You can have this, whatever. But I think they need someone to take charge and say,
yeah.
Or
right.
And that's all part of it, I think. And so a little change might be what this organization needs. I'm not saying a ton, but just some major tweaks.
Well, with Kirill Kaprizov, superstar as he is, and team leader as he inherently is / would be.
Yep.
With all due respect, I don't look at him as this guy.
Get it in here. I got one thing to say. This is when the big dogs come out. Okay? You can't roll with the big dogs. Stay on the board.
Like in the middle of the scrum, the group and everything, get in here with the big dogs. You know, vocal leader, whatever, whether that's over or underrated or whatever. I don't think that's him, and that's fine if that's not him. But you're saying they need somebody who is like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Did you watch? I'm sure you did. What was the name of it? The Jordan documentary.
Air Jordan or
no.
Relief for the pandemic and the bunk quarantine.
Yeah, it was 2020 when that came out.
Yep. Rare Air.
PA loved Tiger King, but some of us actually were watching the Jordan documentary on. I think it was ESPN Plus, right?
I don't know what it was, but he. Yeah. If you watched him, he had no care factor. No care factor.
Right.
If you're here, we're here to win a championship.
It's a different
universe.
And
I don't care, right?
The Last Dance.
No, I'm not. Thank you.
Yeah, The Last Dance.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And now maybe you don't go that nuclear. Mm-hmm. However, but that's what I'm talking about.
I just learned last week listening to, I can't remember what I was listening to, but it was that topic came up about The Last Dance, and somebody was rewatching it, and there was part of that there was a scene, but they didn't finish the scene because it didn't fit into the narrative or the story. And it was Michael Jordan leaving the court. Oh, this was Stacey King, who used to play for the Bulls, who told the story.
Play for the T-Wolves.
Brilliant story. He said that, in Last Dance, you see Bill, or Michael Jordan and veteran Bill Cartwright, 771.
Yeah, how about that?
From the University of San Francisco with that weird shot, walking off the court together and Jordan screaming at him.
Yeah.
And Bill's just walking straight ahead. Well, the next shot was Bill like standing over Michael Jordan on the bench, yelling at him and pointing at him. And I guess Jordan cowering. Like, in other words, Bill was like, I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you are. And I don't care where you think you're going. If you ever yell at me like that again in front of my teammates, I'm going to take you back to the locker room and beat 20 different kinds of crap out of you.
So he went to Steve Kerr and
you can't beat me up. So then he went to Horace Grant. Horace was like, yes, Michael, 3 bags full.
Steve
Yes,
Kerr,
Michael.
remember what he did to Steve Kerr, right?
No, I don't remember. What did he do?
Oh, he didn't beat him up, but he
punched him?
Oh, yeah. In practice, yeah.
And all Steve Kerr did was go out and hit title-winning shots for him. But it was interesting in that Last Dance. There's a scene with Jordan yelling at Cartwright
go back and watch
in front of the scorer's table, but then they move on to a different story because the next part of the video was Cartwright pointing at him. And Stacey King tells the story that Bill was saying, I don't care who you are. Oh. If you ever yell at me again, you have no chance in this situation. Right. And Michael was like, yes, Bill, 3 bags full. Wow. Yes, Bill, have you any wool? Is it easy? And again, we're asking rudimentary, simplistic, novice type questions to somebody on the mural at Mariucci who's hockey immortality. Kaprizov. Is he relatively easy to game plan against in the postseason?
I don't think so. I really don't, because of he does things that are outside of the norm, which makes him a superstar.
Right.
So you just can't defend again. You can't say, well, play him here, play him there, because he has that ability. Like a McDavid, if you're comparing, just to make plays that are different. And he can do that. And so, no, I don't. I don't think so.
In closing here, before we say goodbye, and thank you for the time.
Yeah.
When we chatted last week, that this had happened. I had it in the Tolstoy and forgot to bring it up. Now the guy's fired. Pete DeBoer, got fired by the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
And this is not provincial 9 to noon, simply sticking up for a Lakeville kid. No, this is somebody talking about how to treat people.
Yeah.
And specifically those who have guidelines while others have rules. Why does Jake Ottinger have guidelines? Because he's the bomb.
Yeah.
And he saved you many times in many games when a majority of your team, from Sagan to Robertson to Pavelski, whomever, are hurt, and he has to steal games, and he stole them. All right, Ottinger had a bad patch. And State of Hockey knows exactly the visual of what I'm talking about here. He leaves the bench, and then DeBoer screams at him to come back and pulls him. Well, that is a borderline fireable offense, and here's why. Because it looks like, in my opinion, your things are so discombobulated and unorganized. You didn't let him know while he was still on the bench, Jake, stay here. The other guy's going in. You let him skate out in front of everybody, yelled, come back. He had no idea what was happening. Why should he? Because you just were on the bench during a timeout, I think, where they could have said, hey, Jake, we're going to give you a breather here, brother. But DeBoer chose to show him up and then chide him in the post-game press conference for like some performances of days gone by. And funny, they fired him. They fired DeBoer. I mean, Pete DeBoer, even I know, is one of the best overall tactical coaches in the NHL. But I mean, I guess there must be some personality problems with him.
And let's go back to his previous job.
Down in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he get fired there?
Yeah.
I mean, why?
Wow.
Why?
Right.
You know, I'm not going to speculate why, but it's a damn good hockey team, and so it makes you wonder a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And no question, all indications are he's just like you said.
Don't you think he showed up, Ottinger?
Terrible.
And you are on benches, man.
And because those players, they know why they got to where they are, to the Western Conference Finals, was because of Jake Ottinger.
Wow.
And so you take him out, and everyone's on the bench. So what are you doing?
Right.
This guy's going to be the starter for the Olympic team. He's one of the best goalies in the world.
Bro, go ahead and pull him. That's fine.
And it's Game 7.
No, but pulling him is fine. It can be a bad decision or good decision.
Right.
But don't let him leave the bench and call him back.
Right.
That's classless, man. He showed him up purposely.
Yep.
That's a fireable offense.
And you see where he ended up sitting? Next to, I think Darren Pang was doing the game.
Yeah.
Ice side.
Yeah.
Or Ray Ferraro. One of the two.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Might have been Boucher.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been Bouch.
Yeah. Bouch is good between the benches,
he
by
is.
the way.
Very
He's
good.
really good at his job.
Very, very good. And
how about Eddie? How about Edzo? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
And Kenny Albert.
Yeah, Kenny Albert's good.
Yeah. Why you got to rip Edzo?
I didn't.
And what about Kenny?
Kenny's great.
Kenny's unbelievable at hockey.
Kenny's unbelievable.
Yeah, somebody broke away in game 1 for the Panthers, and he's like, so-and-so, the game's on his stick.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Verhaeghe, and he couldn't close on it.
Okay, let's get back to the point.
Yeah.
Ottinger right next to him, right? So where's the camera going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to be on your color analyst, right? Oh,
wow.
Ottinger's right there.
And he was shell-shocked?
No, I thought Ottinger did, was great.
Good.
He's classy. He's, very mature kid. But that being said, when somebody's on the screen, you talk about him.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
And so he's there.
Yeah.
I felt
who do you like?
Pretty bad for him.
Who do you like tonight and why?
I really don't know. I tell you what we've seen is 9 goals in the previous game. What do we have in the 7 in the first game? Right? And the goaltending has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, in my opinion. I'm a little surprised.
Skinner's better than I thought.
Oh, he's made some really good saves.
Yep.
And the thought on Edmonton's going to lose because they have Skinner. Well, he's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised but these guys are so good, and they're just, it's ridiculous some of the plays that I can't believe the number of open looks that they're getting in a Stanley Cup Final. Typically, you're blocking shots, and it's hard to get there, but these guys are still creating.
Right.
And it's really been. I don't know who's going to win. I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it has been phenomenal to watch.
How about the McDavid double move Friday night for the Draisaitl goal?
Okay, are you kidding me?
The first move is cool. Okay, we've seen that a million times. The puck control, the whole thing to get by the second guy.
Yeah, can I add something to the third thing?
Yeah.
He didn't look at me. Draisaitl.
Come on, no look?
No look.
Magic Johnson blushing.
It was a no look, but he knows where Draisaitl is going, where he lives.
Yep.
Where he lives.
You're right.
He said, I'm going to put it in his wheelhouse.
God bless you and your family. And I will talk to you Wednesday.
Sounds great.
We try to thwart Bruce the Oracle Meyer from winning his fourth consecutive Canterbury Press Box Majors poll.
Do you know where he lives?
Oh, yeah, I know where he lives.
Well, let's go over there.
Crash his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we will.
I'd appreciate
See
you.
ya, bye.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled smart engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
There's a moment every parent remembers. The day their child takes off on 2 wheels. With Guardian Bikes, that moment comes as early as 2 years old, and with less stress and frustration. These bikes are built just for kids. Lightweight frames, low center of gravity, easy-to-use brakes. Everything about Guardian is designed to help kids ride confidently, often in just 1 day, no training wheels needed. And because Guardian bikes are designed and assembled right here in the USA, you know they're built to last. With care in every detail. Their patented Sure Stop braking system stops both wheels with a single lever, helping your child stop safely without tripping forward or losing control. Right now, save hundreds when comparing Guardian to its competitors at GuardianBikes.com and get a free lock and pump when you join their newsletter, a $50 value. Visit GuardianBikes.com today to save and help your child learn an essential life skill safely. Guardian Bikes, built for your kid and for the memories you'll never forget.
Get this, adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's News to Nord. News to Nord is always brought to you by The Casino at Canterbury Park, canterburypark.com. Feeling the felt all year round. It's poker, blackjack, table games, all of that all year, every day. Having sips at Chips, tipping Derek Allen, the whole thing. Live racing is going on right now as well. For the full schedule, you can go to canterburypark.com. And if you happen to go, I mean, this is unbelievable. You go 0 for 7 on racing. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but that's what I did yesterday. You can make up for it on the felt. So it's the best spot in town. Family day, kids getting the face painting, you having some fun watching the racing, playing some cards. It's a beautiful place to be in Shakopee, canterburypark.com. And where we'll start is news we kind of chatted about during Vikes Bites about an hour ago. Some texts. I know you were asking for talkbacks on Kirill Kaprizov, and that's been the dominating factor in terms of listeners chiming in. But a lot of text messages like, hey, this Jair Alexander thing. Like, I know him. He's nasty neighbors to the east. Sounds like the Packers are going to let him go. That's been the reporting, that they indeed will release the 2-time Pro Bowler Jair Alexander from the green and gold, which means we don't have to worry about, hey, we got this comp pick. We can deal the Dolphins for Jalen Ramsey. What's his cash over the next couple of years? Is it guaranteed? We don't have to worry about any of that. We can just actually go and sign Jair Alexander. And so that was kind of the second 1A to the Rodgers news over the weekend, was kind of the idea that Jair Alexander might be a free open option for the Purple.
No doubt. And when it was presented an hour ago in Bizzle or Vikes Bites, there's no real change to my stance here, where Alexander, if healthy and happy, fits the way I believe the Minnesota Vikings want to play defense.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell has, on and off the microphone, had some really good things to say about Jair Alexander over the course of time. I don't mind Jair, the loquacious, braggadocious, cocksure corner, from what we've seen, and then what everybody knows from like on the field, even the coin toss thing. I mean, it was stupid, but it doesn't really bug me. But the thing is, man, we've played 14 regular season games the last 2 years. And then 4 years ago, we played 4. So that's legit. That is a legitimate situation when it comes to games missed. And you just got to be careful when, in my estimation, when, a fair amount of these players on whom you're relying, who played for other teams last year, yes, I believe a majority, if not all of them, will play a majority of the games, because I've just seen it here with this medical staff, since they got here. But Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen, just right there. I mean, those guys all missed significant time. So then now you would add another wild card piece in that fishbowl to the mix, and somebody on whom you would count. And also, I mean, even if you give Jair a 1 year Shaq Griffin, Stephon Gilmore type deal, I think Steph got 10. I think Jair would get a little more than that. But if you give that guy that kind of a deal, he's going to start.
Yeah.
So, Jair ain't coming in to back up Nudie guy. So he may get beaten out of the job, but the key here is you can sign somebody and guarantee them X amount of dollars. But if they're not on the roster when the Vikings play the Chicago Bears first game of the season, Monday Night Football, then they are not on the hook to pay Jair Alexander for the year. And so then the next layer would be, would Jair want to come here? I don't see why he wouldn't. Team's good. He knows this is the type of defense that presents itself the way Alexander likes to play. Corner, up on receiver, tight man, tough man, and let the gink is on fire. Grenard, hopefully Dallas Turner, Hargrave, Allen, et al. Let them do their thing and let Jair, free Jair. Hashtag free Jair is what it would be with the interceptions. So it's perplexing to me. It's I'm a little gray area-ish on it because I've always respected and liked Jair's game, Jair Alexander's game. I just don't know if I can trust him.
Yeah. I did, and I just mentioned it, and you were doing vocal maintenance Thursday and Friday. Any opinion? I mean, just finality to the Aaron Rodgers finally signing with the Steelers. I heard it a couple of times, and I don't know why this irks me, but over the weekend it was kind of like, okay, so I guess the Vikings are committed to J.J. McCarthy.
He said that?
Not Rodgers. Oh. No, but
I was gonna be like, are you kidding me?
The Athletic people kind of breaking it down, and even Fowler, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. These people are respected; they do good work, but it still feels there was almost this stubborn framing of it was all based upon the Vikings, or there was a portion of it based on the idea that the Vikings had finally decided to move on. Like I stopped thinking about the Rodgers thing a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, it's not amazing. It's 2025. It's curious how people will get so far down the road on what was a bad opinion and will continue to be a bad take, fed by others who have the answer, yet they won't back off, and then they end up being wrong. They retreat via social media, either by taking shots at others and being like, well, no, this source was, this and that and everything, and but then never letting it go.
Yeah.
And then the news cycle continues and they have to regurgitate why they feel they weren't wrong in a situation, even though they were wrong every step of the way.
It stinks, too, because we are in a day and age where the news cycle spins so quickly. You can be wrong about something and just move on.
We're good.
It's okay.
We're cool.
I saw this the wrong way,
We're
and
good,
you could do this at any time. But now things are happening so fast and wild and free that most people probably kind of just forgot and moved on.
So, like Sicky being mad at me right now. For a certain talkback talker. Okay, this is FIJA, Fairness and Joking Act. None of this really happened. 3-2. So, like Sicky being frustrated with me now, all he'll want to talk about tomorrow is how much he misses Drew Holiday leaving his beloved Bucks. They missed the perimeter defense.
Correct.
Dame can score, but he can't stop anybody. And I hearken for the days of Bob Dandridge and Vin Baker. So you're right. It's
Brewers are middling. It's tough. It's tough for Sicky right now.
Yeah. Why is Christian Yelich's OPS so bad at home? So that'll be the conversation tomorrow after having a heated one today via the text machine in my phone. And I'm just kidding about all of that.
Oh, Minnesota Twins.
1-1. Swing and a fly ball. Left field. Going back, Clase puts his arms out, makes the catch in front of the track.
Goody.
And the Blue Jays
arrived.
win. It's a good day to be a Toronto Blue Jay, winning 5-4. They take the series, taking each of the first two.
It's a good day to be a Jay.
They staved off a potential 4-game losing streak, losing the finale 14-3 against the Athletics, and then the first two 6-4 and 5-4. You heard Blue Jays radio there. They get the 6-3 victory yesterday, chill today, hosting the Texas Rangers mañana. And it's just now, Tigers finally lost a little bit, or at least stumbled. But it was kind of amazing looking into this. I mean, they got Skubal, you've mentioned him, and he's terrific. And you have Flaherty as well. They have some young cat.
Flaherty was a demon yesterday.
And but between those two, they got some young cat named Reese, who's got a sub-3 ERA, 9-10 starts in the mix.
Oh, Reese Olson?
But I think it's Reese Olson.
Yeah.
But their roster, it's team offense. I mean, just in totality, the production of it, they're not relying on, the Judgy and Blast per se. Correct. Right. It's just they are unstoppable, winning every series along the way. So you get the W yesterday. You're still 7 back in the Central.
Look at you got the standings pulled up, don't you?
I do, yes.
Should go ahead and take a look at that Tigers run differential.
Yeah, that. Oh my goodness!
Don't look at it on Halloween. You'll be scared.
No, it's 92 is currently
and
what
the Tigers have slowed down a little. You're right. I mean, and they've slowed down so that they've only won 6 of their last 10, as opposed to 8 or 9 of their last 10.
And in the AL Central, a .600 winning percentage is getting you that division a lot. Yeah,
well,
they're 43 and 24 now, 7 ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm not, I ain't trying to go Abner Doubleday on this or like be a modern day Peter Gammons, but I think the Tigers have the most underrated position player in all of Major League Baseball.
Ooh.
And his name is Riley Green.
Okay.
He is the bomb. He's a fantastic player, but Motor City Kitties up until last year ain't been great. And, they got like Gary Carpenter, something called Torkelson. They got a McKinstry in the mix. They have Javi Baez, I think bats 9th for them. But this Riley Green, as you pull up baseballreference.com and the stat head thing you pay $16 a month for, you're probably going to hit me with some bunk war.
Oh, no.
Or Bobip.
No,
I'm just telling you, Riley Green, he's a little slow right now. Okay, so let's not be mad at Riley Green. Marathon, not sprint. But he is, for my taste, maybe the most underrated player in all of MLB.
Yeah, his OPS, north of 800.
We take that, right?
He's got 13 bombs so far. I think that would be tops on our team.
But he's not, he's not that great.
Strikeouts, though.
Not that great in the regular season, but in the postseason, he tears it up. That's why around here we call him Sam Bennett.
But they basically move him to every outfield position. He plays DH a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Parker, how old are
you?
you?
The name was familiar.
26.
Oh, to be 26. Kid rolls in on some type of bike-related apparatus from Minneapolis, just west of Erotic City. Hair's all messed up, clearly just woke up. Got the whole world in front of him. I mean, just it's a Monday, which is the same thing as a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Sunday when you're 26 out of college.
Indeed.
I mean, to be Parker Fox 2-4 right now.
Come on, man. I was pumping iron this morning.
Good to be Parker.
Come on, man. We're back in the gym. We're trying to get that body back in shape.
No days off.
No days off.
Nordo said your arms are reminiscent or resemble buggy whips.
There
Would you
it
care
is.
to confirm? I'm just kidding.
You're not far away.
Well, why are you pumping iron? You're trying to play in Prague or something?
Just trying to keep my body in shape.
You got something up your sleeve, don't you?
There's always things up
Do you
the
have an
sleeve.
agent?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Wow, he's trying to angle to play in Europe.
Just in
and
case
if that's
Austria
the case,
comes
come
calling.
and claps. Hey, I've always wanted to go to Russia. Watch Parker Fox play.
Goodness gracious. You got to be careful over
Why are
there.
you blushing right now? The kid's blushing.
You know what, Parker? Let's just learn from previous international incidents, and everything will be fine over there for you. I truly believe
you
that.
got to learn those lessons,
If
right?
you go to play in Europe, just make sure the money's good and you actually get paid. And make sure that the planes are vetted out as you leave like one place and go to another, because there have been some rickety planes over there Europe way. Okay?
Yeah, there has. You got to learn from others, right? You got to learn from others.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, you look great. I don't care what Nardo says.
That's it for News to Nord, brought to you by The Casino at Canterbury Park, CanterburyPark.com.
Here comes P. Fox indeed around the corner. He's in the studio. It's the 651 Carpets Plus Studios. As part of FM 100.3 KFAN, we have an hour to go, 9 to noon, up to the program. And we'll talk about the NBA Finals, the T-Wolves, and much more with P. Fox around the corner. Good morning. It's 9 to noon.
Now, you can watch the best of Hulu on Disney Plus. The hottest Hulu shows and movies right next to your Disney Plus favorites. With Hulu on Disney Plus, dive into new seasons of The Handmaid's Tale, 9 Perfect Strangers, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and Welcome to Wrexham. And don't miss Star Wars Andor Season 2 and Marvel's Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. All these and more, now streaming with Hulu on Disney Plus with a bundle subscription. Available with bundle plans starting at $10.99 a month. Terms apply. Visit DisneyPlus.com/Hulu for details.
Imagine a toilet so striking it inspired a couture dress. Well, the Kohler Veil Smart Toilet in honed black actually inspired creative director and fashion designer Laura Kim to create a stunning black chiffon dress. The Veil Smart Toilet, with its curved design, deep, rich, textural color, touchscreen remote control, and customizable cleansing features, can transform your routine into something extraordinary. And we all deserve extraordinary. Design changes everything. Veil Smart Toilet in honed black. Only from Kohler. Discover the Veil Smart Toilet and go behind the scenes of Kohler's partnership with Laura Kim at Kohler.com.
Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.